And again, welcome everyone. The live stream is preparing to start. Okay, I'm gonna make a tiny tech change, Melissa. And my trusted tech assistant, Melissa, make the additional tech change. Okay, and here we go. The live stream is now live on YouTube. We are in Zoom. Welcome, everyone. I am your guest host for tonight, Ron Mark Thompson. Some of you may know me, some of you don't. I guess you will get to know me today. But we are here to have our regular weekly open mic as we always do. So I appreciate everyone coming in. I'm going to quickly share my screen. My slides are not as colorful and as amazing looking as our host Elemental. So I apologize in advance, but it's the sentiment that should count. I hope so. All right. So here we go. Welcome everyone to the weekly online open mic, or as the acronym is called, TOOM, T-O-O-M. So we meet here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are watching us on YouTube, because we are also live streaming to YouTube, the Zoom ID is the same every week. It's 860-4964-4756. If you don't have the link, apologies, in the email the link wasn't clickable. Elemental usually makes the link clickable. I apologize. You can simply manually enter the Zoom meeting ID and you will be able to join us. You don't have to be in Zoom to watch and listen. You can always be on YouTube. Sometimes when I am not at home or at the cafe, I just watch it, in transit on my phone on YouTube. But if you are participating, then you do need to be in Zoom. This is where the actual performances are happening. As many of you do know, Elemental is our regular host on Thursday evenings. You can connect with him on social media on his Instagram page, Elemental Vision Works. That's his own company, but he also, works and hosts here for the New Oregon Poets Cafe. Elemental is actually out of town today. He is competing in the National Southern Fried Slam Championship taking place in Orlando, Florida. And it's not just him. A few other members here on Thursdays are also there. In addition to the New Oregon Poets Cafe's own slam team, we are also there. And I did receive wonderful news from Matthew Marroquin that the New Oregon Poets Cafe placed first in the first round competition last night. So congratulations to our slam team competing there. And also, great, and congratulations to Elemental for competing there. Elemental will be back next week, but today, June 11th, 2026, our 130th episode, I will be your guest host. My name is Ron Mark Thompson. That is also the Instagram and Facebook and Twitter handle that you can find me on the internet. For those who may not know me, I have been with the New Oregon Poets Cafe since the pandemic started. I've been a volunteer in the first year, and then I joined the programs and operations team. And I am currently the tech lead of the New Oregon Poets Cafe. I have tech assisted Elemental in the past for many years here on Thursdays. But today I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to our tech assistants Matthew Marroquin and Melissa Henriquez. They are assisting me on the tech end today so that I can host and MC tonight's night. So thank you again, everyone, for bearing with me today. Tonight's theme is Echoes of Ancestry, Juneteenth Prelude. So those are the themes that Elemental assigned in the past. He has them throughout the whole year already. Next week is June 19th, Friday, June 19th. So today is kind of the prelude to it. But as his theme suggests, ancestry can mean all of our ancestries, so I'm curious to see what everybody brought to this theme today. You do not have to, your poem or your comedy or music does not have to follow the theme. You are welcome to perform anything outside of the theme, but if you want to follow the theme, you are welcome to. And again, we're gonna look forward to what we bring. Next week on Thursday, the 18th, will be one day before the Juneteenth holiday. So Elemental's theme for that night will be Juneteenth, the Freedom River. So if you want to start writing already for next week, you are more than welcome to. I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors. Because as you know, you didn't have to pay a ticket price to come in. This is one of our few free programs that we provide, because we want to, give programs, to our community. And since we started the online open mics in the pandemic in 2020, we've kept this specific program free. And this is thanks to our current sponsors, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation. Specifically, they are providing our Zoom account, so huge thank to the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts. Not all of our grants and sponsors and ticket sales cover all of our programs. So a huge thank you to all of our donors as well. Everyone is invited to donate. If you go to newregan.org/donate, any amount will be helpful to us, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, whether it's $10, whatever you can afford. And if you cannot afford, come to our events here, because we appreciate everyone here, and your participation itself is a beautiful way of supporting us. So thank you again for everyone. Okay, house rules. If you are performing, we would like if you turn your cameras on, so that way we can see you, because what we are trying to do with the online open mic is simulating an in-person open mic, as if you were on stage. Everyone in-house, in the audience would see you. So if you can, unless there's a tech reason or other reason, turn your cameras on. Have your artwork ready. That's what Elemental says. And what he means by artwork doesn't mean visual artwork. I know some of you are visual artists, but no, it's your visual artwork. I'm sorry, it is not your visual artwork. Have your performance pieces ready, meaning your poem, your music, your comedy. If you didn't memorize it, have it on screen on the side somewhere. Have it, in a book, in a notebook. Just have it ready, because the reason for that is we are giving 4 minutes to everyone. Melissa, I don't know if Matthew was able to join, but Melissa, would you be able to show us a 15-second time example, either Melissa or Matthew? Because what is going to happen, we are going to time everyone. You will see a pop-up, when that happens with your time. And when the time finishes, yep, I see it now on Melissa's camera. And when the time nears the end, you will hear this sound. And this is your kind of friendly alert. Try to wrap it up. We'll give you a little 30 extra seconds, in case you introduce yourself in the beginning, you get a 30 seconds extra. But let's be respectful and mindful to everyone, because it is an online open mic. We do have 20 performers on the guaranteed list. We want to get to everyone. So please stick to the 4 minutes, if you can. If we get to the good luck rounds, it'll be 3 minutes. So thank you, Melissa, for them. Your performance, there is no censorship here. The New Regan Poets Cafe is very adamant about that. So no censorship. You can talk about anything you like. However, we will not allow hate speech. So if you do say something hateful, if you put something up on your camera or video that is not, appropriate, my tech assistants, Melissa and Matthew, will kick you out from our Zoom. They will be relentless. I have given them permission, to kick out anyone who is not following the rules. So please be respectful to anyone. But again, there is no censorship, either. In between performances, after each performer, I should be able to ask everyone to unmute yourself. You can applaud, you can give comments, you can let each other know in the performer how you felt about their piece. So feel free to use that time to talk to each other, and also use the Zoom chat pane. You can also put comments in there, including you can put your social media handles to let everyone else know where they may follow you if you choose to do so. If you don't have a social media handles, that's fine. You're here, and and we appreciate that. All right, last slide here. Reminder: if you are new and you don't know the procedure, you can sign up for a viewing link to the online open mic at any time. I think we have them listed all the way for the end of the year. But if you want to perform and you want to get one of the 20 artist RSVP spots, that ticket option doesn't open till 24 hours prior, meaning Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All you have to do is go to newuregan.org/calendar, or go to our website and click on the calendar link. And when you do this after 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you, because sometimes people ask about that. So this is our calendar link here. When you see our calendar, I'm going to go to next week's, the 18th, click on it, click on next. Now you will see next week, I don't have artist RSVP available yet, viewing RSVP. If you want to watch and the Zoom link, you do not have to sign up. You can, if you want to receive Elemental's email. But if you want to perform on Wednesday after 8 p.m., you will see the artist RSVP sign up. You can follow the steps to sign up and grab one of the 20 slots. Note to everyone, as you know, sometimes the 20 spots go away quickly, sometimes they don't. When I checked our ticket site this morning, the first 15 or 16 spots were ordered literally within the first 5 minutes yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Then the next spots, I think one got midnight. Joski, the 19th, ordered it 3 a.m. our time. He is on the West Coast, so for him it would have been midnight. And then throughout this morning, there was still one spot available, Zoe Zero, who I have not met yet. And Zoe grabbed the last spot today after 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you never know. If you miss signing up on Wednesday evening, check later in the evening, check Thursday morning. If you're lucky, you may still get a spot. If you're not lucky and all the spots have been taken already, no worries. Ask us to be in the good luck round, GLR. All you have to do is either let us know in the public chat or let Melissa or Matthew know privately, hey, would you mind adding me to the good luck round? We will add you at the end of the good luck round. You see tonight's list here. The first 10, Angelina unfortunately had a family emergency. She cannot make it, but we have everyone else. After Principe, we have our halftime. Then we'll continue the second half with Paul Skiff all the way to Zoe, again, who I believe is a new performer, but we will find out. And if we have time at the end, we will go to the good luck round. The reason I'm also keeping that up, because I sometimes get asked on the tech end, hey, how come I'm in the first half and the second half? We Elemental and we honor as best as possible the original order of signups, but sometimes we get requests, hey, I'm running late, I'm driving home from work, could you move me to the second half, or I need to leave early. Again, it rarely happens, but it does happen though, or I'm doing a collaboration with the other poet. Elemental and we may switch the order slightly, but in 95% of all cases, we keep the order the way they come in from our ticket site. So that, again, this is FYI, just a side note, because I do get questions like this, including I got one earlier today. So I just wanted to clarify this. So thank you everyone for bearing with me, again and again. I am Ron Mark Thomson. I am your guest host for tonight, and I'm very happy that everyone is here. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the list into the Zoom chat so that everyone may be able to see it. Give me 1 second. Chat. Here we go. And again, I know Elemental can do all these things much quicker, but he is a great host, and he'll be back next week. But today you will have me, and I'm super happy to be guest hosting for everyone tonight. So on that note, you didn't come here to listen to me, you came here to listen to everyone. So we're gonna start. On deck we have Norm Mathematics, but coming up first, and I'm gonna unmute you. And Alan, I don't know, that hasn't happened for a while, but you are the first one who was able to literally at 8 o'clock and probably 1 second after 8 o'clock yesterday, you were able to sign up. But we appreciate you being here. You've also volunteered for the cafe before. We've seen you at the Poetry Festival and other places. So Alan, it is my pleasure to introduce you as our first performer. Everyone, please welcome Alan Gary. And you know how it goes. Let them know where they may find you, and then the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Ron, and it is a pleasure and a blessing to have you in my life as well as everyone else here. Everyone, you could follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page, and each day I put an inspirational message on it as well. Tonight's theme is Echoes of Ancestry. When one is not free, we are all not free. And if I am not for another, then who will be for me? My piece tonight is called Sneakers. I wear a hat and I put on sneakers. When I lace them, I become a preacher. But can I protect asylum seekers? I wear a hat and I put on sneakers. Will I move faster than those who will hurt them and deny them respect? I wear a hat and I put on sneakers. Who will I shield and how will I shield my brothers and sisters? Must I hide them if hate will not yield? I wear a hat and I put on sneakers. History repeats by using a scapegoat. The nationalities may change, but evil remains. I wear a hat and I put on sneakers. I'm just an ally, part of a human race. We are a family, together, one face. Thank you.
All right. Everyone, please unmute yourself and give a big round of applause to Alan.
That was great, Alan.
Great job. Woo!
Yeah, I like the repetition, Alan, and the kind of list and how it built up momentum to the last line.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Alan. This was a great way to start off tonight's theme, and and in what you talked about. So Alan, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here with us. Follow Alan Gary on his Facebook page that he put in the chat. And yeah, this was a great year. I think I mentioned that in the past. So Elemental's themes are they are so particular, and I have a hard time writing something to the theme though, but it's a great exercise and great work, and I'm always happily, and very happy and surprised, everyone can come up with something related to the theme, and it is great. So thank you, Alan. I appreciate you, everyone. All right, let us go to our next performer, who I am so happy. Let me actually, yep, he is here. I'm gonna unmute you. As to unmute. And I actually had the chance, for years I've known him online, but I met Norm in person, at Art to Find in the Bronx, a few months ago. So that was, so pleasant, to meet you. I hope I'm not making this up, but that was you that I met there, right?
Yeah, that was me, Ron. It was great to see you there.
It was such a great pleasure to see you, though. So, Maestro Mathematics or Norm, it is such a pleasure to have you here. Everyone, our next performer, please welcome Norm to the stage.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you're looking in from. I got two pieces that are related to the theme, and I'm going to start with this one right here. A handful of water used to be a river. Now is all the time there is, a flow of moments between birth and death, putting words on the indescribable, the past and futures unseen. I am the ancestors' echo, the cry of the unborn, not blasphemous to roar, I am that I am. Next piece. It's about the Benjamins. 1% wants to re-educate the white folks, blame public education not getting it white the first time. Remind them their race is supreme, to re-migrate all the other folks without calling it ethnic cleansing. 99% don't come from anywhere to go back to. They forgot America is where life started. Unbelieving the facts, afraid it's true. Humanity began in the womb of a dark continent, before the construction of race, where legacy and ancestors came from. A planet Earth without borders. Re-educate the ignorant sleepers that white is right and deserving of supremacy. Re-educate melanated people is giving caffeine to morning people already woke. Do not look to the left to see a melanated human suffering the inequities of being anyone but white. Do not have the empathy to witness injustice, thinking it's not their own damn fault. Do not wake up and read the writing across the sky that the rich need to pay their share of taxes. Do not worry about being replaced. We have a hard enough time being ourselves. Remigrate the 99%. Reject all their bastard culture, the art, the music of polyglot, the song and dance, the food, the flavors, the mixed and blended families born of love, not fear. Nothing xenophobic about love. Love is like the sky. No borders to cross, only the distances to close, a tesseract to behold. Peace.
Wow. Okay, everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up
Yeah.
for Norm Meadows.
Woo, very nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
That was amazing. That was like a plate full of, no, that was like a 4-course meal of truth, but said beautifully, but so true, every single word, and just louder. And I mean, that whole thing should go on a t-shirt. We need longer t-shirts every week. But that was so good. I was tearing. Thank you so much, mathematics. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that first poem, Norm, because it, was such a classic, I would say, poemy poem about getting behind the appearance of things. And, just that opening about how the handful of water is the river, it was really almost kind of a key to how to write poems or how to perceive in a poetic way. And the second poem, I'm with Dre on that, I mean, it's such a beautiful, not getting it white the first time, that really hit me. And, kind of talking about how as much as people go to their ancestry to kind of affirm their identity, what's behind all of that? When you go to ancestry, it ultimately leads to a commonality. that you got to that with talking about, the origin of, humanness, coming out of the womb of Africa. And love is like the sky. I'm going to be looking at the sky a lot differently tonight.
Well said, well said. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Again, but thank you for those, who wrote to this theme and came with poetry or readings, pertaining to this norm. The first one, I am that I am. That I picked up. Very powerful. And then from the second poem, two lines stuck to me. The first one was toward the end, a planet Earth without borders, which I'm like wondering how long will it take until we no longer need nation states? I'm a Star Trek fan and I'm looking forward to that century. I won't be there unfortunately. But when there is no need for borders anymore and we are all one human human race. So and then you did a very interesting statistics and I'm misquoting you here. 99%. Don't come, what you meant, that phrase, go back to where you came from, and then you say, that doesn't even apply to 99%, of everyone. So that in itself, was powerful. It made so much sense, though, and that phrase shouldn't even be used, by the bad people, everyone. So thank you, Norm, that was great, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. All right, let us go to our next performer, and usually he is in the first one, but that's okay. We got you third spot is the charm as well, so that's just equally as good. And Ed, I always appreciate your support and your encouragement, of everything, even outside of the online open mic here. And I'm so happy that you are still with us here, participating week after week. So everyone, please welcome back to the virtual stage our own Ed Foreman. Welcome back. Ed Poetastic. I should say your stage name, Ed Poetastic. Go ahead.
You're so fantastic. I can't thank you enough, Ron, for everything you do. Never forget we love you, Matthew King, Melissa, and Elemental 2. Elemental, we are cheering for you. Yeah. Hello, my name is Ed Poetastic, fit and fantastic. Please time to join my Ryan Fossil Sublime. I got 2 pieces, so I take too much time. My first piece is called The Hope of Freedom. Let freedom ring while Lady Liberty sing. Let it spread like water, drowning the marauders, cleaning out the corruption to power up clean productions, melt away the violence in order to sprout nonviolence, soaking up all the crazy firearms, no more chaos to do harm, to wither away our constitution in order to think of grounded solutions, to feed the mouths of the slaves, growing seeds of supportive engraved, drifting us in another direction, an ocean of collection and reflection. Yes, please plant the tiny seed, the seed of positivity and humanity. Let freedom ring, hope will sprout. Let injustice be mute, evil will drought. Hope is inside you, her, him, and we. Don't stop creating and liberating sea. Thank you. And the other one is called Dog-eared. In a world where tails wag and whiskers play, we find joy in each of our special way. Dogs chase squirrels wild and free, while cats lounge around carefree. We scratch away our pesky fleas to ease the burden of our misery. People blatantly avoid, but don't see. We are the cats and dogs in this poetry. I don't like stupid dogs or annoying cats. Okay, but you know what I say about that? We are all the same playing the game. We refuse to be lame and tame. Can I please go on without any issue? Are you sniffling? Do you need a tissue? Please embrace your unique animal. They're unpredictable, yet so reliable. We dig for treasures, both young and old. Cats curl in warm laps, feeling bold. We play and fletch with hearts full of cheer. Pounce on shadows with nothing to fear. With scratches behind ears and joyful nips. Life's little pleasures or joyous trips. Let's wag our tails and stretch our paws. Embrace our true selves without flaws. Whether a dog or a cat full of grace, together we frolic in this joyful space. Don't let your freedom go to waste. Freedom is great, but only if you embrace. Thank you.
Woohoo! Everyone, please give it up for Ed Poetastic.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Always wonderful. Thank you, Ed. Joy.
Let freedom ring and hope will sprout. Thanks for the laughs in the second poem. There were so many good joke sort of lines. It was just, it's always refreshing to hear your voice bring that kind of laughter and positivity here. And I kind of liked how the poem was really about this theme. It's kind of a perennial thing about when humans want to recapture innocence, they frequently kind of go back to nature, right? And it's that whole metaphor you were using about, being the dog or the cat, being the pet. That's just another way of kind of going back to nature and recapturing innocence.
Yes, thank you so much for this. Thank you for commenting on each other and encouraging each other. Ed, you are our Ed Poetastic. You are poetastic. Your rhymes, just like Alan said, in the chat, they are always right on spot. And you, and like in many other here, I'm amazed you can even fit 2 poems into the 4 minutes though. So you guys, are up to the challenge, but Ed, it is always a pleasure to have you here. We will continue to see you each and every week here. Thank you so much, Ed, poetastic. All right. Coming up next, we are gonna go, let me make sure I unmute the right performer here. Here we go. So coming up next is a mainstay here as well. I've also had the pleasure to meet him in person a few times, and it's always a pleasure to hear him, to hear his music, to hear his poetry. You know what? Nope. See, I'm skipping the line, so you have to excuse me. I thought we're gonna go to Ngoma, Baba and Ngoma, but nope. You're right. We're gonna go to Sam Hardy first. Sam, and I don't believe I have met you. I know I've been here on the back end, on the tech end, but I don't believe I had the pleasure of introducing you. But I know you joined us like about a year or 2 years ago. I love your illustrations, in your books. So Sam, it is such a pleasure, that you're here with us. Please, everyone, welcome back to the stage, Sam Hardy.
Hey everyone, I hope everybody's doing well. I wrote 3 new poems this week. I've had some massive writer's block, but this week I wrote 3 new poems, so I'm going to go ahead and read those. The first one's called Picnic in the Cemetery. The silence in my house is so loud, thick, congested. It settles in corners, hangs from doorways, waits for someone to disturb it. It will swallow you whole if you let it. So I looked for a quiet place, a place where the ghosts are not my own. The dead ask nothing of me, no explanation, no compromises, no careful measuring of every word. Only rows of names warmed by sunlight and a breeze moving through the grass. I sat among strangers and felt less alone. For an hour I belonged to myself. Sometimes peace arrives in unexpected places. Sometimes the quiet we are looking for is waiting among the dead. The next one is called Family Table. You sit there smiling, included, part of the festivities, part of the family table, turkey leg in hand. No one sees it, you, who already left your stain on the family. No one tastes it in the gravy, hears it in the laughter. You pass the potatoes, smile as if there's no monster to hide. You speak of old times as if they belong to both of us, as if we remember them the same way. I fight my body as it tries to be 7 years old again, fight the fetal position I want to roll myself into. I wonder why I even came here. I want to stab my fork into your face and give you a fraction of the pain you gave me. But I force a smile because silence is still the religion my family practices. In this house, at this table, I will always be the leftover of your deviance. And the last one is called Burn Baby Burn. Content warning, it's kind of rough. I stood there mesmerized by the fire, how it lapped up the front porch like a child might lick their plate. Oddly enough, the porch was the first to go. Bye-bye, swing. bye-bye perfectly manicured shrubs. I watched the fire spread to the living room, devour my father's chair. Now no one can sit there. Curtains ablaze. Surely it was the couch at the couch by now, eating mom's new pillows. Whoops, there goes the piano. I thought about the lessons they made me take and smiled. The fire was hungry. I knew hunger. Hungry for attention I never got, only getting the wrong kind of attention, even though I said no. I wondered if they were still sleeping. It's 3 a.m. and I am mesmerized by the fire. Thank you.
Everyone, please unmute yourself. Yes. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Damn.
I was really got really interested when you got to this third poem, and all these poems were kind of about the domestic environment, and every poem had such great lines. The first poem was really cool. Silence was kind of like this material thing, and that line, for an hour I belong to myself. I mean, that's just kind of a universal thing. Most people feel that at one time or another. And the second poem I just identify with that so much as like the family meal as a contest or obstacle course. And that line about, what was it? I will always be the leftover of your deviance. And it's just kind of a universal situation too, the family meal being something that people so often kind of dread, and you have to develop all sorts of tactics just to get through it. But I thought it was really interesting how you took the house or the domestic space as a kind of setting for these conflicts that are illustrated in your poems.
Yes, powerful. That all three poems, so impactful. The line that I was a little bit scared about, and I think it was the second poem, do I need to, to poke you or stick the fork into your eye so you can feel my pain? That I'm like, yes, I can understand. Sometimes, maybe just to understand what I'm going through, do I need to do that? Also, that was like, whoa, But thank you so much, Sam. It is such a great pleasure to have you here with us every week. Keep writing, keep performing. Put your links into the chat so everyone can buy your books and then read up more about you. So we appreciate you. All right, coming up next, and this time I'm gonna ask the correct performer to unmute, because now we have Baba Ngoma coming to the virtual stage. I have met him in person in New York City, in addition to being in online, and it's always a pleasure to have him with us here today. Baba, you know how it goes. Let everyone know where they may follow you, and then the next 4 minutes are all yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, so talking ancestors, I'm going to do a cover of a song called They Are Falling All Around Me. I learned it through Bernice Johnson Reagan. Bernice Johnson Reagan, she was one of the original SNCC singers. She was a part of the Civil Rights Movement, and she helped start the group Sweet Honey and the Rock that you might have heard of, and she was a personal friend of mine. They are falling all around me. They are falling all around me. They are falling all around me. The strongest leaves of my tree. Every paper brings the news that every paper brings the news that every paper brings the news that the teachers of my sounds are moving on. Death comes and rests so heavy. Death comes and rests so heavy. Death comes and rests so heavy. Your face I'll never see no more. But I'm not really going to leave you. You're not really going to leave me. You're not really going to leave me. It is your path I walk. It is your song I sing. It is your load I take on. It is your air I breathe. It's the record you set that makes me go on. You're not really going to leave me. I will try to sing my song right. I will try to sing my song right. I will try to sing my song right. Be sure to let me hear from you. Yeah. Bernice Johnson Reagan.
All right, everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Baba
Thank you,
and
Baba
Toma.
and Nagoma. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba. It
Thank
really
you,
is
Baba.
like
That was awesome. That was incredible.
it's a spiritual experience. Really, I just close my eyes and you really, I have no words. For a poet, I'm stuttering. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Well,
That's
I
right.
really like how you brought the, ancestry on so many levels, just to, pay homage with that song, which is really about ancestry of the movement too. Do you know Bernice's daughter, Toshi?
Yeah, I know Toshi.
Yeah, she's a wonderful.
I've been knowing Toshi since she was a kid.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, she's just a beautiful musician, singer, performer too.
Yes,
Um,
indeed. She is.
I don't
She's a
know
good
if you
person, too.
noticed it or not, but there was a great moment in your piece where you got some accompaniment by a siren in the background, and that just, was one of those you can't plan that moment; it just happens. Thanks so much, Ngoma.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet Bernice Johnson Reagan and do a couple of programs that she was on. She's passed now. But I remember when Toshi was a little girl, we did the Clearwater Revival Festival.
Oh,
I
up the
did
river.
that like about 3 or 4 times. So yeah,
Oh,
and
cool.
I met Toshi. I met Pete Seeger, Pete Seeger's wife. I met Richie Havens
Cool.
was on the bill.
Yeah, I crossed paths with Bernice back when I worked for Baba Olatunji, and
Okay.
I crossed paths with Pete Seeger and a lot of those people during that time too. That's just your performance really was really thick with that vibe.
Yep.
All right, all right. Yes, Paul and everyone said it. That was amazing. I always appreciate your infusing the poetry and the songs with your instruments, and coming and participating here. Thank you for being one of Elemental's many esteemed mentors. That he privately told me, last year, when he visited New York City and was able to visit with you, how much he appreciates you, and we certainly appreciate you. And the good lessons that you also bring with what you perform here. So thank you, Baba and Goma. Come on back next week. But coming up next on our list is Brian E, as he has it listed here, and I want to make sure I respect everyone's stage name, but I think it's okay to say Brian NC. So right, Brian, you may not see me all the time, but I've seen you in some of the in-person events. I think I just recently saw you like 2 or 3 weeks ago at one of our Lois Cider open mics, and I really appreciate the style that you bring your poetry, because it's a little bit unique and different, and I've appreciated you from the beginning, when you started, attending and participating here. So it is my pleasure to welcome you back to the stage. Everyone, the floor is all in Brian and Zizos. Here he is.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks. Very kind of you to say. I got two that I want to do. First one's in Spanish, and then next one I'll do in English. So. Algún día todo está quieto, siento nada, nervioso ni miedo. La aire simple para respirar. Mi espalda no hace bulla. Mente claro, no dolor en los dientes. En el café tiene más sabor que antes. El sol está más brillante que ayer. Las noticias no causando más estrés. La gente parece más relajado. Renta y utilidades todo pagado. La cocina y frigideras todo lleno, todo perfecto, sería un sueño. Sin preocupación si pierdo mi trabajo. Hace años en mi cuenta tengo guardado para cubrir la familia entero por un año. Si hay problemas, siempre tienes tiempo para solucionar, no hay apuro. Descánsate un rato, cuida el cerebro. El trabajo paga bien, cualquiera que haces. Al fin de mes, el cheque siempre corresponde. ¿A qué te haces cada semana que reportes? El jefe hace más, pero yo estoy más confortable con mi casita, amigos y el barrio. Sueno bien, ¿no? Mi mundo imaginario. That's the first one. Second one, thank you. Second one is I did this one before, added some sense, and just for the Knicks, in celebration of Knicks and going into Game 5. I just feel like this one feels great to say. I don't come from two states, I'm from one place. This imaginary land called NYNJ. Neither one or the other consider me a hybrid. Gassed up, y'all one-staters won't ever understand it. 718, my origin, 908 all the way. Lastly, 201 provided me with a place to stay. The newest to come from this strange family called the News. Miss York's got the repute, Miss J's got the view. Tighter sisters, but they combat if as two misters. But quick to strike a truce when it comes to visitors. Cause they judging us and thinking we are wild. And as if the rest of the country wasn't still spiraling from Queens to Elizabeth, royalty not required. From Eastwick to the Heights, but I'm going higher. From chasing Mr. Softies to chasing NJT rides. Take the path to be on time, MTA for showtime. From Italian eateries to more Italian eateries. Combined, we got more restaurantes than fucking Italy. Heart of the East Coast, the mega birthplace of hip hop. 7th Avenue effect that can never be topped. Cross the river, Sinatra's Hoboken home still stands. NY Giants second home, the Meadowlands. And if landing at JFK or LGA won't work, there's always the last resort, the EWR in Newark. Can't Port Authority to do nothing about them delays. Then they try and justify why the fare's getting raised, or while our net pay continues remaining the same. That's why we fare evading our local Olympian game. Cold front slam to the face like getting smacked by a brick. That shit really stings. Best get you some more lower bics. Love how different y'all one stage might have one glamour and glitz, but you know the others always got a sure thing. But hold up, let's not forget your imperfections. Don't be mad, this is all said with pure affections. Admit it, you know you got that bad reputation. Admit it, Chase and Scorsese brought that to attention. We got crooks of all kind from places low and high, mistaking the greed as them trying to survive. From the scummiest muggers to those who hold office, don't be no novice, we know it's a circus. Everybody call us crazy, but we just smile. We've owned it up by now, we don't fuck around. Conky Trungle and the Jersey Wild, and for better or worse, y'all define the style. Is what completes the picture, y'all flaws make you raw. Take everybody, we don't fucking play at all. Y'all wear it like a badge of honor and you let them know. Broadway or bar fights, we always put on a fucking show. Let the pets and birds know they can go fuck themselves. Middle fingers in the air, go tell the NFL. Raise hell for halftime at the Super Bowl, the same way it did for K. Don and Benito. That's it.
All right, let's catch your breath for a second there, and everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yes, Brian.
Thank you. I am posting my YouTube channel where I did upload a playlist of some tracks that I recorded, and I'm planning to work on some more and release some with some stuff that I produced myself too.
Is
You're
that Brian?
like mad talented. I'm sorry, Paul.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That was it. Mad talented. I'm sure you have something a lot more interesting to say.
No, I was going to ask Brian if his links are to the actual recordings. You were
It's the
talking
playlist.
a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about releasing an EP, and I was wondering if you got to that and if it's available.
Yeah. I just when I meant release it out in YouTube and such.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this list you posted, that'll
Mhm.
get me to that? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Cool.
Yeah, feel free to check it out and comment, like, dislike, whatever, criticism, anything.
You'll hear my praise when I get to them, I'm sure.
All right,
Thanks
thank
for doing that first
No,
piece
thank you.
in
Thank you.
Spanish. That was wonderful.
I felt like it was
Um,
overdue for that one.
uh, yeah, I wish my skills were, I could keep up with the pace a little more, but there was this one really wonderful line. I think it was talking about a problem, but you're not in a hurry for a solution. I kind of identify with that sentimentality. I thought that second poem was really cool because I mean, Jersey Wild. That's what really stuck with me. But this whole thing about a rivalry across the river, and the poem was more about how it's really just one big zone, and not too many people from either side of the river really want to admit to that, So I really like the orientation to that, kind of celebrating this double identity. People talk about being multinational, but you're talking about being multi-state.
Thank you, Paul. Yes, and everyone from every state in the United States and from everywhere in the globe is welcome to come to the New Rican Poets Cafe, whether it's in person or online. And Brian, thank you for doing the first poem in Spanish. That this is an international open mic. There is no rule that it has to be in English. We are all coming from different languages, different places, though. So that was great. My first language is not English, it is German, as you may hear from my accent. So I haven't written poetry in German yet. So I commend you for being able to write poetry and rapping songs, in two languages. And shout out to the Knicks as well. I mean, I was on the train yesterday and I heard they were like 27 points or 29 points behind, and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is going on? So then I got home, turned the TV on, and I was in awe how they caught up. And then literally that last 5 seconds or whatever it was, they added, the 1 or the 2 points. So shout out to them. Thank you, Brian, for contributing to today. Appreciate you having here, and I'll see you either here online or in one of our next in-person open mics, or the slam. So much appreciation. All right, coming up next on our list is somebody that I have not yet personally met because I've been in the background mostly here, but Naomi, I have seen, some of your performances in the last few weeks, and I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Powerful, beautiful performance. I'm glad you found us, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you've been with us before, and I just, was busy with other things. But you are here now, Naomi. What a pleasure to have you here, and I'm looking forward to what you bring today. Everyone, welcome back to the stage, Naomi.
All right. Let's see. I have 2 poems today. The first one is called Answers to the Unasked Question. Because you don't have to pretend to belong here, and I don't have much of a choice. Because taking up space feels like a war of attrition with my nervous system. Because it's not accessible, so why would I feel welcome? Because overcome sounds like both a slur and a cop-out after the 200,000th cut. Because even when your life is a lie someone else made up, you still feel like a fake. Because I heard 40 acres and a mule so many times, I should have expected half-assed results. Because it's never the right time, and that's possibly the point. Because I'm still trying to find the humanity I learned I had to hide. Because words are the problem and the solution and the landscape. because I collected these words with all the tenacity of my own two hemispheres just for you, but you still won't hear me because I don't want to carry this alone, so I hide my worries in writing. Because lazy is easier to blame than someone balancing unseen weight, because cowardly is easier to scorn than those who make a life within the shadow of your fear, because it is easier to call unspeakable those who are vulnerable enough to bleed out loud. And my second is called The Burden of Proof. The sky was always falling. It's just that we were taught to shoulder its weight silently, and assured that as long as enough of us never rebelled, we would never have to worry that our breath might rush from collapsing lungs like a flock flees disaster. So I'm not trying to prove that we're on borrowed time or turn my instinct for endings into a rallying cry. I'm honoring how this burden has always cost more than just my breath. I'm reminding you that it's not our world we're holding up, and it's not a selfish thing to no longer be able to bear the dictates of a heaven that never intended to admit us. And that's what I have for you all. Thank you.
I think we want more, but in the meantime, I'm going to ask everyone to unmute themselves, unless you have something more, because you have 1:40 left.
Nothing.
Okay, that's fine. Everyone, unmute yourself and give it up for Naomi Grace.
Naomi, you're
Thank you,
so every
Naomi.
week,
Thanks.
like they're beautiful, and I can't find my pen, but you had a couple of like the burden. Why is the burden on the oppressed, and why is the burden not on those who are? It doesn't make it, and why do we have to fix it? We didn't make it. Well, you know what I mean. So, but to hear you talk, so you're so vulnerable in what you share, and I'm really jealous of your generation because I really think that it's so necessary, that voice and that message. Not that you have to or you owe it to anyone, but thank you for sharing it when you do, because I really think it helps a lot of people in a lot of ways. And it's so fucking good. That's yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks.
Yeah, I really like what Dre was saying about, your generation, because it's taken, so much work for the people in general who want to advocate for, um, you know, people's right to be who they are and not have to explain it. And, to hear a voice like yours kind of reaping the victory of being able to step up and declaim this list of becauses. That's just a brilliant device right there. And making explanation, feeling like you're put in a position where just because you are who you are, you're in a position where you have to make explanations for the self, and how you take that over, even as vulnerable as you are in doing so. I mean, this so many great lines, bleeding out loud, and it's this whole act of outing the self in a sense that just disarms the hostility of everybody else. And that takes like monumental courage to do. And the second poem just really made me hear how you are one of these poets who lives with their poetic sensibilities always on.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Naomi. Where have you been all these years we've been doing this online open mic here, you know? It's amazing. That line, vulnerable enough to bleed out loud, you know, that struck to me as well. But Naomi, it's been such a pleasure. But thank you for being here. We hope to see you more here every week so we can get to hear more from you. And I'll be in the back end watching, and cheering on. So amazing. Beautiful. Thanks, Naomi. All right. Coming up next, we're going to go, I did mention we are multi-state, multinational. We're going to go all the way to the west side, I believe so. And we're going to welcome into our room Ike Waltz. Guten Abend, Herr Waltz. Always a pleasure to have you here with us. Also, thank you for your support offline as well. I'm glad we were able to fix the ticket issue earlier today, and I'm so happy that you're here. Everyone, welcome back to the virtual stage, Ike Waltz.
Guten Abend. Lilies for the book and Hercules. It's battering rain, destruction after a 1,000 fire. The storm drenched the sea in waves of unruly desire, smoke, a dizzy calamity. I grabbed my BB gun and made a run, loaded with silly words, a burst of palace spilling hope. I admire into the what we call fun. A target out of sight, the center of view, where blood pumps relentlessly. The heart is the matter. A short life for the ever does not exist. Winning is on ice, rats and guts. Devour almond honey, roasted nuts. Have you never seen crunching useless time? So is my cry for God just fine. Thank you. Thank you. I can see in your eyes this look at me, this now and then, right now. I feel you stare as if I'm already dead. You wished, wouldn't you? It's only, if only I could read, I would regurgitate and wave a nightmare's past. Use bye-bye. Good riddance, goodbye, lost over time, a tired body, once divine. A dance of a long, long past, remembers only sound, hands handled ballerinas once, breathing the weightless, breathing in sync, hands now wilt, feet now glued to earthen guilt. You are the only you I ever found, so don't forget, come to my funeral. Wear lilies on your head, please, please. I want to go to bed with you and fuck all of you. I will confess in church only if I really have to. So censor me, chop my head and make believe me dead. And the stone-faced elves you may borrow my sorrow as my past, as my tears, as my love, so my existence now blowing with the wind. A choreography of a too long distance, the distance and never dying chance. Let's uncover the pleasures of despair as love lost in agony can only grow after submitting to misery. Poets, get a high on words, as fucking words is enigmatic poetry that really hurts. And when you realize that your groin has given life and birth means death at the pleasure of a biblical press. But what calculates your heart, that beat of our universe? What makes time stand still, but surprisingly all is frozen, whilst hot love percolates at will? My hands are trembling now, a sure sign to be. So look at me, censor me, chop my head, and turn my belief into thee, into my relentless Herculean book, a shelf at the far, far end. Thank you.
All right, everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Ike Waltz.
Yeah.
Love it. I never know what the next line's going to be. Love it. I love it. Thank you.
It was such an intense meditation on mortality. There were so many lessons in there. Like Dre's saying, it's like every line was a different lesson on mortality. And it's just very classic to link so much of it to love and fucking and all of that. It's just a real tour de force from you again, Mr. Ike.
Yes, elegant, elegant. I think Elemental calls you the poet, Vincent Price of poetry or some of this, and he is so, right with this. Again, it's such a pleasure to have you here every week, to listen to you, and for all your support offline that you're giving to the New York Poets Cafe. So much appreciation. All right, we have one more performer before we go to the halftime. I also want to let everyone know that two performers weren't able to make it today, and then three performers in the second half, they haven't made it to Zoom yet. So anyone else who is not on the guarantee list but would like to perform at the good luck round, we will have a good luck round today. We are good on time. Just let myself or my wonderful tech assistants Melissa and Matthew know, and we will add you to the good luck round. And your poem does not have to be to the theme, but you are welcome to. All right, on that note, let us go to our next performer, Principe. I hope you can unmute yourself. Are you there? Yes, you are. Okay, so everyone, please welcome back to the stage one of our mainstays who has been coming here for many years now already. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Principe Gaiti Jr., is that correct? Giddy. Oh, sorry. Okay. Principe Giddy Jr. I am not good with names, but I want to be respectful. So everyone, please welcome back to the stage, Principe Giddy Jr. Go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Underneath it all, there's no doubt on something more than ordinary. I am a celestial being on a mission to serve the transporting people to a magical world of endless possibilities. So when I do, enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Okay, we did have a few audio issues with your Zoom camera, but if I understand, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have more poetry, or was that the end?
Oh, the end.
Okay, then everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Principe.
All right, Principe. Yeah, I'm sorry there was the audio problems, but I'm always into your delivery. You have this very focused and forceful delivery with your work, and I'm really into how brief you make your poems too, and the kind of indistinct moods that they create. To my mind, that's really one of the main things poetry is supposed to do, is create these really thick moods, and your poems always give that.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Principe. I hope you're doing okay, because I see your camera angle, lying down. But and yes, I do remember your brief poetry sometimes, but impactful. And there was one line, that stood out for me. I have to look at my notes here. That a mission to serve the people to a magical world of endless possibilities. Though, so your words are impactful. So glad to have you. Hope you're feeling okay. But I'm glad that you're still here with us, and we'll keep seeing you in the next weeks as well. So good to have you. All right. After the halftime, we are going to go to our Mr. Paul Skiff. You have heard him many times. On deck after Paul will be Dre. But before we get there, first of all, I also want to give a big shout out and thanks again to my great tech assistants, Matthew Marroquin and Melissa Henriquez. They are helping me in the back end. They already have helped me with some issues, on the side, which I'm so grateful for. I'm glad to be your guest host tonight here. Elemental is busy slamming with CP Mays and the others, including the New Eureka Poets Slam team separately in Florida. But if you thought you're not going to see Elemental at all today, sorry, you may have been wrong, because he is here with us virtually. He's going to tell us what is coming up at the New Eureka Poets Cafe, at other programs, that we are doing. And I just realized I forgot to make sure that the sound is on. Okay, so excuse me for a second. Share sound. Yes, here we go. So if you need to go to the kitchen, to get something to drink, if you need, to look at some notes, this is the time now. But let's listen to what Elemental says about upcoming programs. Elemental, the floor is all yours. Here we go.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemental, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events, proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating.
The New Eureka Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam.
Occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Lower East Side Center at 7 p.m. Hosted by Matthew Marroquin and Paul Conqueso. Winners from the New Eureka Bowery Slam compete against each other for a $100 cash prize and a chance to compete in our annual Grand Slam. Plus, there's the Twilight Hour open mic hosted by La Bruja. Make sure you come through. For more details on the slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to neweurekan.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side and Center are all kinds of incredible. The venue records high-quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eureka YouTube channels. All except our first Wednesday of every month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by 2024 Grand Slam champion Somebody's Mama. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eureka Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special.
Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom, and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The Slam Workshop, happening on the second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, hosted by the National Youth Poet Laureate Stephanie Pacheco. When you sharpen your craft, you sharpen your performance. Make sure you plug in. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to neweurekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eureka Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ Pack. The New Eureka Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New York table and in-person events, or go to newyorrican.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/Nuyorican Poets Cafe.
We would love to hear from you. If you've attended one of our shows, let us know about your experience. Go to nuyorican.org/survey to complete and submit the form and receive a special gift for your feedback.
Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founders. Brought to you by Elemental Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative productions.
Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough.
We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace.
And we appreciate you, Elemental. Thank you so much. And as we would do in the TV world, if you just joined this channel here and this program, this is still the Nuyorican Poets Cafe's online open mic. We meet here weekly every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, online via Zoom or via our YouTube live stream. Elemental will be back next week. As Elemental did mention in his video, we now have an audience feedback form online. If you go to nuyorican.org/survey, I'll put that in the Zoom chat as well. You can let us know how we're doing. Let us know about any of the programs that you have attended, either in person or online. Let us know how I'm doing. You know, if you think that I should never, be back here as a guest host, let us know. It's perfectly fine. Though I'll be sad, but no, I want to make, I want to give you a good experience. But we are here. I'm so happy to be guest hosting, tonight. And it is not about me. It is about the performers. I have pasted in the chat pane our next performers, and I'm super happy to be welcoming our next performer, because I consider him a friend of me and of the cafe. He actually doesn't live too far from the cafe on the Lower East Side. I had the pleasure of seeing him yesterday in our in-person open mic at the Lois Cider Center. He performed there and we got a few minutes to chat. So Paul, we've heard you all night, but now it is the time to shine yourself. I'm curious what you brought. Everyone, please welcome back to the virtual stage, Paul Skiff. Yay.
Just doing a ancestral poem from Aloud. It's a few days away from the 36th anniversary of this poem. I'll try to read as much as I can. The title is June 15th, 1990. Pounded onto the door of my building. Quien habla por los niños? I wanted to come out and play, but I have to go to the grocery store because the price of beans have doubled in a year. What do you get? What does spaghetti and women have in common? What do you get when you cross a Mexican and an Italian? Why was the gay fired from the sperm bank? What do you call two Vietnamese in a Trans Am? Did you hear about the Polish lesbian? Why are Jewish men circumcised? What do you get when you cross a Japanese lady with a Chinese lady? Why did God invent women? What can you sell to a senior citizen? Yeah, well, what do you get when you cross government with the internet and TV? Why is free world just a market term that means get it while you can? What do you get when you cross sex with public discussion? What do you get when you cross justice with a bank account? Why do Hollywood and Disneyland want to be seen as major industrial sites? Why does everything in the food store have poison in it, but they keep putting louder slogans and brighter colors on the boxes? Why can't the largest manufacturer number of jail cells paying attention to foreign buyers? Why do Republicans and Democrats spend money and just lie to each other all day while the right wing throws bombs at women's health clinics and decimates culture to show government is not in power? Why is public education a war of attrition? Why is the scene a place where people wear sprayed on personality? Why are criminals the only people who believe in the law? Why is the only punishment for original sin this fucking government? Why have inalienable rights moved from the seventh to the eighth planet from the sun? Why do famous babies have no names? They are just descriptions of the end. Beat by mother, stabbed by father, fallen out the 13th floor, starved and deprived of sunlight, stolen, dumped in the trash, born high on freebase, sold. Why is it possible for a police to assassinate or lynch somebody with a bullet in broad daylight 200 years after that was supposed to be over? Why don't they call that thing sitting out there in the harbor the Statue of Equality? I wanted to catch a 3-year-old bubbling on third seat, wrapped in a heavy coil of Christmas lights that turn him into a tiny constellation, zodiac, vun-tied sneakers, scratched knees, and 115 volts. Neon Nino, twinkling, tiny, fragile, courageous festival, a minuscule ignition celebrating unguided and wordless. I wanted to see the greasecake men edge out of the trash hauler's garage. They have their faces stretched by the girl who's dancing up 3rd Street wearing only a man's jacket. I want to hear the laughter split the street. I want to hear her singing, drain the weight from every stone. I want to see her steal those men's shadows. I want her smile. I wanted to come out to play, but they are closing the New Eurekan Poets Cafe because the city government says they have to shut down and install another toilet. Yeah, right. Keep this whole neighborhood under service and then shut us down for it. Yeah, that's right. The joke's on you, America, and laughing is good for yourself as long as you feel chastised. Put in my mailbox. Planifiquemos juntos para luchar contra el abuso del carcero y el desplazamiento y poder defender nuestro vecindario para la gente que vivimos aquí. Yeah, that's what happens when language has a landlord. We're the future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. No, we're the future. Well, I don't know about any of that future shit. And yes, you can shut down this place and say it's because of some code violation. But all I know is we will still be free because this whole fucking world is still unfinished.
Whoa, everyone, please give it up for Paul Skiff.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I added everything that's not that every change. I wrote it down. I missed a couple, but holy shit. This is what happens when language has a landlord.
That one.
Fuck
That
you,
one right
man.
there. Yeah, baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, you ain't in my mouth, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Holy shit.
Yeah, baby.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, Paul. Let me unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say thanks, everybody. As I say, I'm never more at home than when I'm here with all you folks. So thank you so much for coming here. Let's keep this place as burning on fire, with that fire burning through the roof. You are the people who don't even have to try. You are just naturals, and you are the draw for me. That's why I come here, to be around all you extremists. Thanks.
It's funny you call us extremists, but I love it. I love it. No, Paul, this is amazing. You are just amazing. In case you didn't realize what he was referring to, this is the anthology all the way back from 1994, and Paul is the one here that we actually know appeared, in that anthology back then, So if you don't have the anthology yet, it is, and you can see, 514 pages. It is thick. Either get it from Amazon or we sell it at our in-person events at the merchandise table as well. So that's a good place to grab it. Paul, we appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you in person once we reopen the cafe. Interestingly, in the poem, Paul mentioned, one of the reasons why the cafe in the building was shut down back then, was the restroom and some other reasons. So we actually just found out a few weeks ago, the building we are in predates the New Rican Poets Cafe by almost 100 years. I think we were told it's 1877 it was built. So next year, the building will celebrate the 150th anniversary, while we, the New Rican Poets Cafe, will celebrate our 53rd anniversary on Halloween. This is a good segue because we have told many of our audiences, especially on the in-person audience, that we were planning to open on Halloween, but I do have a message here from our executive director, Carida de la Luz, aka La Brua, and that message to give out reads that right now there is a delay with the construction. We will not be opening on Halloween as we had hoped, but we nevertheless hope to have our building on East 3rd Street complete by the end of the year. We love what you do, the service we provide, and the community we cultivate. So in the meantime, come to our in-person events, come to our online events, join our Patreon site, because there you will have exclusive access to reopening information and performances that you don't get to see on our YouTube channel. So there's extra footage there that we don't give out to YouTube here. But also consider giving any amount as a tax-deductible donation, because we are a non-for-profit organization. You can simply head to newurican.org/donate, and any amount is appreciated, whether it's $1, whether it's $5, whether it's $100. We will put everything that we receive right back into the programming. We will try to make as many free programs as possible. And yeah, the truth is we need your support, because you are more important to us than you know, and we are grateful for every opportunity to be in the community with you. This is from the words of our executive director, and I second her words. So thank you, Caridad, thank you, La Brua, for this. And yeah, thank you for keep supporting us. And even though the building is not here, we are not open physically, you can see us at other places throughout New York City, and not just New York City. We are going multi-state next month in July 10th. We are going to be back at NJPAC. We've been there at least once or twice a year for the last 3 years. So come on out to Newark, New Jersey at NJPAC if you can make it, or come to our online open mics, which we obviously appreciate. So coming up next is another performer who has been here performing for a while. I believe this is my first time introducing you. I am not good with names, so I'm going to try to pronounce your last name. Dre Mariveras. Did I get it?
Yeah, you don't need my
right?
last name. It doesn't matter.
Okay, then Dre is like everyone, and I do know that Elemental usually introduces you just by your first name, and that's all we need. Welcome back to the virtual stage, Dre. Here we go.
Thank you. So I read this a couple weeks ago, but the poem on this topic today was just too much. It's too much. I need like a couple years. So this was when the topic was architects building a better world. Okay. Building a better world, but by definition, perfect cannot be more perfect. the architects of the imperialist, colonialist, fuck you, fuck me, fucked raw system of the United States of an abscessed antibiotic America made zero mistakes. The white supremacy specific blueprints, bricks of black and brown souls, a mortar mix of black blood, breast milk babies. This world should not make sense. And I'm dead ass fucking distrustful of anyone mildly comfortable inside it or warm in this capitalist quilt, a patchwork of chattel slavery, murdered native children, forced sterilization, smallpox, syphilis, CPS, DCFS, Jim Crow's pipeline from pre-K to prison, sewn with thread, black, brown, indigenous skin, because pink thread is too weak to hold. Forgive me, liberal moderate reader, the system is not broken, and all your hashtags are just sanctity porn that makes you come and leaves your partner limp, bleeding, unarmed, running away, 12 years old, and shot 41 times through the back or the bottom of their feet, or asleep in their bed or their couch, or selling Lucy's. Your moderation is a slut, kinda. Easily seduced by the aggressively peaceful. You call the lies dysfunction because admitting your multi-angle racial capitalism fuck machine fucks you just right would implicate you in the luxury of your neutrality. I write poems to tell you to shut the fuck up, that your plantation did not become a prison accidentally. Our land did not grow borders naturally. The housing isn't faulty. It's been occupied. The truth isn't hiding, it's filling your throat with profit. How do you fix a capitalist blood economy that is thriving? How do you rebuild a world when it mistakes ruins for a home? A broken window uses our genocide for our own safety, then paves over our dead and names the tar streets after their great grandpa. Why the fuck should our people repair a machine that sees and uses us as nothing more than its fuel? This poet, me, cannot translate empire into polite complicity, tiny talk while you brunch munching moderate moral anesthesia at the new crepe cafe built on the foundation that buried the truth in my neighborhood's abuelita. Before poems are demolition, they are excavation of truth. Before revolutionaries burn it all down, they will bring in the poets, us, tasked to teach the people the language of loss and suffering so we stop confusing it for our fate. Poetic truth is ignition. I was born poet because my people know words are living things. We do not survive colonization by negotiating gently. We build with the oral architecture of ancestral reckoning. We work in resurrection, not repair. We do not preserve what is built from our disappearing ashes, and we have always hidden resistance in beauty concealed in plain sight. We buried whispered prayers in our mouths. We wrote survival in the margins of cornrows and braids, turned gossip into archival proof, and we arm ourselves with weapons of memory. And they ask us why our poems sound like gasoline. Listen, or fucking don't. Our words can raise the dead or create them. Our poems are not reform, they are scorched earth.
Yes, everyone, please unmute yourself and give it up for Dre.
Great job.
Thank you, Trey.
Scorched earth.
There's just so many lines in that poem, you know. I really appreciate the Amadou Diallo reference.
41.
And yeah, the rounds into the bottom of the feet, you know. Your moderation is a slut. The perfect can't be more perfect. This world should not make sense. You know, it was really you just reveal it's the United States of cognitive dissonance, really. And you know, again, just so many intense lines. I mean, it was a massive talkback poem that just really hit the target with every beat. And I just appreciate the sort of main point about, it's not about surviving, it's re-becoming, it's sort of making sure you understand we have re-become who we are.
Yes, yes, amazing, yeah, quotable lines, Dre. Like you didn't shy away from saying what needed to be said, and that's the beauty, and I think we are contributing ourselves to the oral history, because everything that we say here and do, hopefully it'll be picked up by future generations. We are recorded and live stream on YouTube, so anyone can watch back as far back as several years ago. If you want to watch your own performance back, just go back to our YouTube channel, and it's there. So great, what a pleasure to have you here. Keep writing, keep performing. I kind of want to take a workshop with all of you, to guide me and teach me on all your beautiful and good writing stuff. So beautiful. I love it. All right, our next performer, Jorge, has not yet arrived. Jorge, if you're watching us online, come on over to Zoom. But that means we are going to go to our next performer, going all the way to the other side of the globe. He joined us, during the pandemic. And this is what truly made the New Eureka Poets Cafe an international venue of expression. The pandemic helped us to communicate and connect with other poets and performers from all over the world. So Unmesh, what a pleasure to see you back here in our virtual space. Elemental's not here today. I am guest hosting, but you know how it goes. You've been here before. Let everyone know where we may follow you. I know you have books out that we can buy on Amazon. Unmesh, the space is all yours. Go ahead.
Hey Ron, thanks a lot. Good to see you. Good to see you all. And here we go. No rising from this fall. Just 1 second. Okay. Birds chirping, silent river hushed, silent penetrating hum of traffic, bats flying in daylight, sound, music, light, men who made the Batman parting loudly in the sacred tree grove. No place for the bats to sleep. Batman keeps on haunting them. River shrinks, shivers, smells at the same time. We have lost our earthing, grounding. One fine yesterday, jolt, shocks, zaps, killed the kindred soul. Ignorant soul, busy attaining a selfish goal, forgetting that the river is connected to earth, earth to plants, everything is connected to each other. I am connected to you, you to me. I see the ants climbing on a tiny blade of grass, the shrubs rising from the shallow river, adorned by tiny flowers, red, green, yellow. I am lying on the grass in sweet oblivion, the heartbeat of the earth, dancing in unison with my heartbeat, music of the earth playing inside me. The trees, the river, manifestation of the loving core of the earth, unfortunately dying green river is waiting for the green man to arise from the marshes, to teach humanity towards the human and the rest of the world. This divide between the human and the rest of the world will consume you, me, and all. Selfishly, I don't want to be untimely consumed by time. If we miss this call, we will all vanish and fall. It's our final call. There will be no rising from this fall. There will be no rising from this fall. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
But there will be applause from everyone. I'm going to ask everyone to unmute themselves. Give it up for Unmesh, please.
Yes, Unmesh.
Mesh.
Way to go, Mesh. Nice to hear you again.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah, thanks for being here again. Just love, there's such a sense of urgency in your poem because you have this, your delivery is just so uniquely your own, the forcefulness and I really love how words become almost these physical things in your mouth, the way you just really work the language with the pronunciation and the forcefulness that you set the words out in front of us with. And, the message is so urgent, that nature is a teacher, but we don't listen to it. And we're creating our own emergency.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Unmesh. Yes, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, and even if you cannot come here every week, and I know it's mad early in your case in India, it's like half a day in front of us. So you already know what's happening in the future. We don't even know what's happening in the future yet. You already know because you're already there. But it's always a pleasure to have you back. I enjoy our community. Our online community really saved me during the pandemic, and I'm so glad we got to meet everyone in our online open mics and now at our other events. So great pleasure. Thank you, Unmesh. Great, glad you be here. It's wonderful. All right, next I have on the list Walker Valdez, aka Wall Poet. If you are watching us on the live stream, come on over, Walker. You're still welcome. If not, hopefully we get to see you in one of the next weekly open mics. So that means we're gonna skip ahead to the next performer from, I believe, New York City, if I got that right though. And I know I did get to meet you in person a few times. So glad that you are back here with us on the virtual stage. Everyone, please welcome back Douglas G. Kala. The stage is all yours.
Thanks a lot. All right, I'm going to jump right into this. I've been writing a lot of, I'm in a new relationship of like 4 months, so I've been writing a lot of what I think is really potent love poetry. So this is called A Lover's Resolution. We line the pockets of each other's souls with caches of unspent treasure. Gardens rise from the sap of our devotion, green abundance coaxed from hidden roots. In choosing one another, we inherit each other's rituals, lives braided together, forged not by destiny but by daily tending. Love is no remedy for difficult weather. It drifts above us like a lantern in fog, its glow sustained only by hands willing to replenish the flame. I kiss your eyelids awake as dawn unfurls its first gold ribbon. Your morning scent settles over me, a familiar hymn of comfort. Our bodies rest, entwined like loosened strands of jute twine, and a quiet certainty gathers within me. I know I arrived where I was meant to be. My eyes swell with gratitude. Wonder blooms unchecked. The revelation of you renews itself each day. I lift you skyward, your feet suspended between earth and heaven as we collide in a kiss. The tribal drum of my heart resounds, deep and reverberant, while lo-fi rhythms crackle through the air, turntables spinning, constellations of sound, syncopated pulses guiding us into the same dance. We can weather any storm if we choose the labor of honesty, communication, transparency, twin oars, cutting steady through rough water. You are my moon, silver and steadfast. I am your sun, offering what light I can, a lantern held aloft against the long shadows of yesterday, its beam reaching gently into the darkness. You survived.
All right, everyone, please give it up for Douglas. Phew.
Wonderful. The long shadows.
Right on.
Well, yeah, somebody's getting it.
I love
I
the
really-
beginning of the relationship poems. Sorry, Paul.
No,
Because they
go
just
ahead.
come out like vomit, and it's great. So enjoy.
Yeah, I was really swept up just in the forcefulness, so like the intoxication of love that you communicated, and it was really in the context of this poetic appreciation of this other person, and it was very optimistic, to say the least. And really what really came across to me so strongly was how you just used this rapturous voice.
Nice. Thank you, Douglas. Always great to have you here with us. Communication, transparency. I liked your poem, so that was amazing. Thank you, Douglas. Let everyone know in the chat where we may find you. I know you have at least one or more books out that that we can purchase. So everyone, feel free to use the Zoom chat to to plug yourself, to see where we can follow you, to where we can buy your books and works, or where we can listen to your poetry, such as Brian and Ciso. So thank you for all of you here. Much appreciated. All right, coming up next, let me make sure I got it right. Yes, another mainstay in here, going back to the West Coast. And always a pleasure to have you here, many times with his guitar. Bill, can you unmute yourself? Is it working?
Yes.
It is working.
Yes.
All right, so Bill, you know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may follow you if you want to be followed, but if not, the floor is all yours for the next 4 minutes.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ron. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and anyway, I live in Long Beach, and I also play at the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood periodically. And I've been playing here for a number of years. I'm going to do a song that I first wrote and performed during Donald Trump's first tour of duty, so to speak. I got other names for it, but we'll forget that for now. It's called Legend in His Own Mind, The Ballad of Donald Trump. Hope you appreciate it. Myself and I is all that matters to me. I am the President of the USA, the most popular one, you see. I'll build a wall to keep Mexicans out, make Mexico glad to pay. I'll make my white billionaire friends trillionaires and ship my enemies to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am the President of the USA, the most intelligent one you see. I'll rewrite the Constitution and push the High Court to the right of Attila the Hun. I'll empower NRA rednecks to teach our children to shoot and carry guns. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am President of the USA, the best negotiator, you see. I want the religious right to capture all liberals and nail them to the cross. I'll have Fox News publish all news that I approve, and I'll shut down the fake news New York Times. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am the President of the USA, the most powerful one you see. I'll banish all science, including global warming, evolution, CDC, and the EPA. I'll declare creationism to be our religion and ship all heathens to Guantanamo Bay. Myself is all that matters to me. I am your president, soon to be your emperor. Oh yes indeed. My friend Putin is my mentor. I want to be a cold bastard just like him. He's helped me get here more than you know. Hell, the lyrics to the song I got from him. My vision for your future, which I will reveal in my tweets. I am the new world order, and will nuke any country who questions my sovereignty. I'll restore the white male ruling class, relegating women and minorities back to subservient roles. I'll empower the born-again religious right, 'cause they don't question my supreme unfettered authority. My name is Donald Trump. Putin and I approve this message. Thank you, everybody.
All right, give it up for me, myself, and I, aka Bill Elkins. Ooh.
American.
That was awesome.
Dude, I needed that though. That was helpful. Thanks.
Therapeutic, perhaps. I don't know what it was.
Hey, Bill.
Hey.
Go Bill.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. Yes, for those who haven't heard that one before, though, like I saw some of you like in the videos, like, oh my God, like he's singing, yes, about that, and it's amazing. Bill, I don't remember. The song was a little bit longer than 4 minutes, though. I don't remember it being that long. But then with everything else going on, I think you may have added a few lyrics or things, though. But it is, I mean, this song never gets old, unfortunately, though. It should get, at this point, no, but it still holds true. So that's one of your classics. I consider it one of your classics. So thank you so much, Bill, for being here, for zooming in from the West Coast. Such a pleasure to have you here. All right, we have 3 more performers. Unless I forgot to add somebody, you guys let me know. I have coming up next Joski, then Zoe, and then on the good luck round, Mary. I also want to thank everyone else in the audience who didn't perform. Garland, thanks for being back here. Marie, I saw Brian Moore in the audience before. If anyone else wants to be added to the good luck round, you let us know. But on that note, let us go to our second to last performer on the good luck round, also from the West Coast, though from a different direction on the coast. And Joski, it's been a few years since I've seen you and your wife the last time. Say hi to her. It's such a pleasure. You know, you guys are so dear to us at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and I can't wait what you brought today. Everyone, welcome back to the stage. Joski, see.
I surely will, Ron. Can you hear me okay?
All good. I forgot how Elemental says. Yes, all good. We can hear you.
Okay. Coming through. Okay.
Coming through. That's what it usually says. Yes, you're
Okay.
coming through. All right, go ahead.
Here's a haiku. Alligator eyes rise from a Florida swamp, lie without blinking. This is a song I wrote a little while ago. This is called Forgetful Man. I am a forgetful man. Memories like water flow. I can see them shimmering, drifting like a wayward soul. I can't forgive myself for things that I regret. Sorrows played between the frets on my guitar. There's so much more to say in ever fewer days. A wayward soul you tried to save. I got more than I gave. Destination up ahead, hidden just around the bend, waiting like an empty urn, waiting like a patient grave. I can't forgive myself for things that I regret. Sorrows played between the frets on my guitar. There's so much more to say in ever fewer days. A wayward soul you tried to save. I got more than I gave. Forgetful man, memories come shimmering, memories like water flow. I just got to let it go. I just got to let it go. I just got to let it go.
Well, we are not gonna just let it go, even though your lyrics say that, but we are not. Everyone, please unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski C.
Hey, Joski.
I love it.
Bravo. Oh, Joski.
That was like channeling Johnny Cash when he sang Hurt. Like, that was giving me the same vibe. It was so good.
Yeah, Joski, you are like a pathos engine. You create such an intense pathos in your music. And, I mean, the poetry, waiting like a patient grave. I really dug this line, the sorrow between the frets of my guitar, kind of thing, like you're just there uncovering it. And the whole thing, like I said, the pathos, the melancholy and the sweetness. It makes me think of Ike's poem earlier, this thing about mortality, and how you convey it all with such a even balance,
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Joski. I enjoy your songs and your guitar and we've heard amazing pieces in the last few years here on Thursdays and Mondays back in the days as well, and I remember earlier, we were asking Brian for like a Spotify playlist. I think we all do. Like for maybe like a Spotify playlist of you and Catman Bill and Bill Elkins and including Brian and Sisu in that. These because poetry, to me, music is poetry. As well, and obviously the things that you say in your lyrics. I can forgive myself for the things I regret. I got more than I gave. Amazing. Joski, say hi to your wife. I'm so glad you're here. Let us go on to our last performer on the good luck round, and then we have one more performer on, the last performer on the guarantee list and one performer on the good luck round, unless somebody else would like to be added. I'm gonna unmute you, Zoe. Thank you for putting in your information in the chat. Zoe0, please forgive me. Is this your first time with us here online at the New Rican Poets Cafe?
Yeah, it's my first time here. It's also happened to be my birthday today.
And without giving us your exact, sorry, did you say it's your birthday today? All right, happy birthday. When we unmute everyone, we're going to say happy birthday to you. Without giving us away your address, but from which state or city are you zooming from? I'm sorry, say that again, because your audio broke up for a second. Did you say Queens, New York? Okay, so sorry, the audio broke up. You know what? I hope that we're not having trouble yet. The audio, okay, that's so. I'm not the only one. Is your Are you on a headset mic, or are you using the laptop? You're using the laptop's mic, and is it set to original sound settings or regular? It is not. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, now we're getting a lot of, okay, yeah, now it's different. Now we're getting feedback from somewhere else.
Can you hear me at all?
I can think, but you know what? I can hear you better now, though. Yes, audience.
Let me turn down my speaker for a while, because I don't need to hear myself. Is that better?
Yes, it's better. This is not a fan or air condition going on in the background.
Oh yes, let me turn my air conditioner.
Yes, if you don't mind. Because I want to make sure that the audience can hear you, especially since it's your birthday and your first time with us today. So give us a second. For those of you not in New York City, it is crazy hot and humid today. Summer is here.
Okay, can you hear me better?
A little bit better. We still hear a little bit of feedback, but
if I speak up louder, is that better?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, good.
Remind me
I'll
again.
try not to be as quiet as usual.
No, that's good. So, as loud as now, then we can. Where are you zooming from? From
I'm in Queens, New York.
Yay, Queens, New York. Where have you been the last few years?
Hiding here in my apartment.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you found us. I'm glad you're here with us. Everyone, please welcome to our virtual stage, Zoe0. It's all you.
I suppose I'll do a very, very quick poem that I hope won't kill me by doing it in the first place, just as an introduction. If I'm still being loud enough, I'm not sure. Do shout if I'm not. Okay. This is just something simple I call I am. I am sick. I am tired. I'm disabled. I'm ADHD. I'm a Middle Eastern Sicilian. I'm a Polish Jew. I am from North Africa. I'm queer. I am transgender. I'm egalitarian. I am agnostic. I am a crazed cat lady. I am a nasty woman. I am the poor. I am on SNAP. I am on SSI. I am living in Section 8. I am the huddled masses. I am learning to breathe free. I am the fucking target. I am a fucking target 10 times over every day I leave my house. But most of all, I am fucking done with all the bullshit. So with that, I would like to read what I call an open letter to the 45th and 47th President of the United States. Dear demented, diaper-clad, piss-drenched, shit-stenched Donald Trump, fuck you and everyone that looks like you. Take all of your lame distractions and get fucked, Trumpy. You're nothing more than an old, decrepit piece of crusty, white, worthless, wannabe, baked in the sun, malodorous, repugnant dog shit. A self-hating, malignant, narcissistic, closeted, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, genocidal, megalomaniac queer. We all know the reason why you can't negotiate the straight creamsicle. You're just a real nasty, toxically masculine, misogynistic, fat, flatulent, feeble-minded, child fucker of a man with a severe inferiority complex and some severe fucking daddy issues. Go eat your fucking mashed potatoes, Donnie, before Fred makes you wear them again. You were a pathetic loser then, and you're nothing but a pathetic loser now. You're authoritarian, ultra-crepidarian, humbug humanitarian, orange octogenarian, orifice of an oligarch. You and your maggot followers are the animals straight out of the Jungle Book. Nothing but a bunch of fucking primates led by a false king and dancing around with their tiny dicks and their even tinier hands, wishing they could all be real men. No amount of truthiness nor lies could ever justify someone like you needing that much ballroom. Sorry, Mushroom Tip. Not sorry. You will forever have 0% of excellence that blackness and brownness has brought to this country, let alone the entirety of human civilization. Deal with it. Now, if you don't like hearing the gospel, then shut my mouth any fucking time, King Louie. Until then, I'll be preaching. Maybe see you next Tuesday, you bell-blowing, cum-guzzling orangutan. If you don't have to run off to Moscow, that is, to juggle your master's balls in your mouth, like the ridiculous fucking clown that you know you are. How is Putin's dick taste anyway, since you are Vladimir's favorite cockholster? Oh, my bad, Drumster Fire. I almost forgot. You and Jeffrey prefer to dine on the carcasses of your defenseless underage victims. They're not eating the dogs, they're not eating the cats, but the Drumstone class is eating our fucking babies. You branched, banal, blasphemous, belligerent, bitter, biased, backstabbing, boastful, boorish, boast-eating, brutal, bloodthirsty, blood-curdling, blackmailing, baneful, bankrupt, brainless, baseless, baldy, belittling, belittling, befuddled, belittled, benighted, barbarous, bellicose, baby-eating, bigoted bastard. Release the other 55 terabytes now, you crazy fucking bastard. You want to believe that the little green men aren't coming to save you. In 48 hours, you dropped nearly the entirety of America's ballistic stockpile in an unsuspecting Iran while its fucking back was turned. But no matter what the fuck you do or say, Jeffrey Epstein is never going away. You would know this if you weren't such a low IQ individual. FYI, we all know why you're so obsessed over Greenland, you dunce. Just because it's the world's largest island doesn't mean it automatically houses the world's largest polo dungeon/baby buffet. Despair not, though, Sir Fuckface Von Clownstick, because history should never ever forget the asinine adventures, American adventures of Donnie the Desperate Dumbass, a pathetic wretch, the likes of which the world has never seen. But make no mistake, we will tear down every edifice that now bears your name, every public or private land you have defiled like the far too many women, children, men, and nameless queer folk. Still, credit where credit is due, Drumpy. You most certainly are the world's beatingest, pusillanimous fucking bitch, and truly, the great unifier for all of humanity, against the tantrums of a tyrannical toddler. You get a gold fucking star and a reward from the Nobel Prize Wall for being best. Make your choice, little guy. Now please, Donald, do us all a fucking favor and follow in your favorite Pharaoh's fucking footsteps and end the world's collective misery already. After all, it can't bad happen, it can only good happen. For all of America first. You uneducated, illiterate, rancid, geriatric motherfucker. If you need a hand with that, I know Botox Baldy's got some free time and a really neat gravel pit to show you. Look at the river, Donnie. I can almost see it. Jesus Christ, everyone on the entire earth doesn't even want you here. Yet you actually think you're a big shot, don't you? You darling delusional dipshit. You are dickless, aren't you, Don Don? You are nothing more than a fucking puppet. They have been pulling your strings since the day you were crapped out of your immigrant mother's torn, twisted twat. You really grabbed that one by the pussy, didn't you, Daisy? And she just let you do it, didn't she? God bless her and forgive her for that. Seeing as she was your first real victim, it's no wonder she never actually loved you, nor did your felonious father, Freddie. Just fucking look at you, the two of you. My God, what idiots. Perhaps we should add them to the fucking Drumstein files, since they royally got raped by you two, you rotten, racist rat fucker. Go about his eyes about fucking your daughter some more, you disgusting degenerate. Come on, we all know you want to, you sick joke. You remain insane, idiotic, ignorant, impudent, inappropriate, irrational, insipid, so-called significant specimen of superior, sovereign, superlative, supreme fucking talkerness. With no due respect, Mr. President, drop fucking dead. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All power to the people.
That went a little bit over time.
I'm so sorry about that. I should have done the introduction.
Also, I wanted to say that so this may be the internet gods, though the audio was still a little bit on the mic end, which wasn't your fault. But it's okay. I want to remind everyone, if you turn on the captions, which is a feature in Zoom, the AI will try its best, to translate what it gets, and also on the live stream, you can see the captions as well. But everyone, please give it up. First time here, Zoe 0.
Thank you, Zoe.
Thanks for coming. I think you might get a visit from the government tomorrow, but well, they're listening anyway. But they might actually visit. No, they heard. Don't worry. So.
It's this is why the new this is a good place to say what needs to be said, and then we will never obviously hold you back from this. We do have to adhere to some of the time limits because we have other poets as well. But I do want to say at the very beginning, and I'm going to scroll up in the captions here, you mentioned everything that you are, you told us about yourself, but unless I didn't hear it, you didn't say that you are a poet or a writer, because, that, you did that today. You are a performer, though. So with everything else that you told us about you, and what, what we may perceive of you, I encourage you to add a line, but I am also a poet, an activist, though, so thank you again, Zoe. Happy birthday to you. If you come back in the next weeks, I'll think I may be oh, cool. Yeah, let us know where you'll be posting it. I see the Zoom chat here. And if you return, I'll probably give you a call just so we can figure out the tech issue on the audio to make sure that we can, get clearly through. But yeah, go ahead and post it and let us know where we can, where we can see it, put it in the Zoom chat. So thank you again, Zoe, for joining us and for joining our virtual world. All right, that completes our guaranteed list. We have one performer on the good luck round, and then we're going to call it a night. Mary, please remind me, where are you zooming from?
I'm zooming from Chicopee, Massachusetts.
All right.
Yes, and you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. That's about it for now.
Go ahead, the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Okay, thank
back to
you.
the stage, Mary Jennings.
Thank you. This is called The Ballad of You Bring It Upon Yourself. Gut issues, the need to be right, the urge to be brute, the desire to have someone else bear the brunt, be bad, be had. Flesh and spirit, boys and girls, roles from birth, expected to live the story thrust upon them or else fester and die all too soon. The bright light is impervious to those who savor to say, you bring it upon yourself. No life buoy for you to keep you from sinking. All because you took a different path and was robbed on the way. They are pros in not letting trouble touch them, and that's all the information you are entitled to. You will never know what they are hiding or what they are hiding from. Yet you have outlasted the fate designated, if not afloat, then safely ashore. It was never their place to sentence you. The naysayers, the doomsdayers who hate being wrong, yet wake up to a new day every day, judgment and control, their only reason for being. For them, living for love leads to shame and degradation. Never mind that they hoard all the world's resources for themselves. Perceptions of virtue die a hard death. Virtue, they say, is its own reward to avoid having to pay you a substantial living. Let the machine you helped keep well-oiled and cranking rust in the sand and get buried. The grace they tried to deny you is back in your grasp. Gut instinct is yours, as well as a new set of tools and information. Cast off your impressive-looking trappings finally and set sail again before they know you're already gone. Thank you.
And what a great way to end the night. Please, everyone, unmute yourself and give it up for Mary Jennings.
Love that, Mary.
Thank you for that. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Trey. Thank
That was
you.
great.
Yeah, thanks for coming again. Really like your reading style, you know. It's you have it's a pleasant, pleasurable experience to listen to how you deliver your poems.
I feel like you could insult someone and it would sound so sweet that I wouldn't notice at first. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I like that's such a great observation too, because you know, it's the way you do deliver your poems is like Dre is saying, you can say stuff that if you're addressing somebody specific, you know, it would be very offensive, but you have a way of doing that in such an even-keeled way that it'd be hard for them to kind of, you know, push back at you. I guess I'm trying to say there's a certain authority in the pleasant quality of your delivery. You know, there's a dignity to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Couldn't say it any better. Listen to your fellow community members, fellow performers here. This is what I like about our online open mics. This is what we usually don't get in-person open mics until afterwards when we network and talk to each other. Here online, we do it, you know, right after each performance. So that's the beauty of it. Thank you, Zoom, you know, for helping us to stay connected, you know, with everything here. So we certainly appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who came through tonight. You know, we really appreciate you. Dre Reyes, I'm sorry you just came in when we are about to close, so please come back next week when Elemental returns. It has been a pleasure guest hosting today. Please, everyone, you know, if you can donate and help us, neweurekan.org/donate. Fill out the survey, neweurekan.org/survey. So Dre Reyes, like, hey, I still want to be in a good luck round. No, it's a little bit too late, though. We'll get you next time, though. You know, so no worries. We always want to hear everyone, you know, watch our live streams, you know, our recordings. Thank you to Melissa and Matthew in the back and helping me. In case you didn't know, Maddie Marroquin, Maddie, as he put here in the Zoom display name, he is one of the co-hosts of the final Friday Slam, which this month happens on the 26th of June. Melissa and I will be there in the on the back end, you know, helping out, but Matthew and Paul Concasso will be there hosting. You can get tickets online at nuyorican.org/FFS, which stands for Final Friday Slam. Follow us with everything else. And again, we're going to do the online open mic next week again with Elemental returning. Good luck, Elemental, today and tomorrow at the Southern Fried, slam competition. We will find out, who won, next week. And yep, and Matthew just said in the chat that he even has a poem that you're right. He always performs together with Paul in the beginning of every Final Friday Slam. So it is a pleasure, to be there as well. So again, I thank all of you. You're going to see me more on the back end again if I'm not guest hosting, but it has been a pleasure to be with you, with everyone here tonight. I will close it out. Please come back. We love you all. We love our community. Until next time, I am Ron Mark Thomson, and this is the end of tonight's open mic. Be well, everyone. Good night.